Welcome to Skopje, the capital and largest city in Macedonia. 1/3 of the population lives here, and for the next 2 days I'm going to show you around. Skopje is Macedonia's cultural, economic, and political hub. It's not the most popular European city, but it can be quite fascinating for those who can appreciate its centuries-old history and multicultural traditions. The Caliph Fortress is a perfect example of Macedonia's long history at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. The fortress has stood watch over the city since the 6th century. From its walls you get sweeping views of Skopje. We're now entering the oldest part of the city, the Old Bazaar. It dates back to the Ottoman period and people have been trading here for centuries. A must-win in Skopje is to browse the shops and cobblestone streets of the Old Bazaar. The neighborhood is full of mosques and hammams like this one.
We are in one of the public baths built in the Ottoman period. This is Çifte Hamam. Çifte is Turkish word which means double, and Hamam is bath. Double because this was mixed male and female bath. As you can see, on my left side is a male entrance for the males, and on the right side is female.
As you keep exploring the Old Bazaar, you'll find several shops, cafes, and old inns. By contrast, the art bridge represents modern Skopje. It is lined with statues of famous Macedonian artists and musicians leading up to the National Archaeological Museum. The stone bridge is another pedestrian bridge that crosses the Varna River, linking the old and new parts of the city. Originally constructed under the Roman Emperor Justinian, it was rebuilt in the 15th century by the Ottomans. On one side of the bridge is the Old Bazaar, and on the other is Skopje's central square, Macedonia Square. If you're looking to buy something authentically Macedonian and don't want a cheap souvenir, buy a Macedonian ruby. These precious gemstones aren't red like Asian or Indian rubies. Instead, they are raspberry pink and make very unique gifts. Next up is Mother Teresa's Memorial House, a museum, chapel, and multimedia center honoring the late Mother Teresa, who was born in Skopje in 1910. It was built in 2009, 2 years after her death. Here you'll see memorabilia and photos from her life and humanitarian work. Now we head to the surroundings of Skopje. First up is Skopje's aqueduct, just 3 kilometers from the center of the city. It was first built by the Romans and used by the Byzantines and Ottomans to supply the city with water from the nearby mountains. Today, 56 arches remain. A half-hour drive south brings us to the Byzantine church of St. Ptolemaeon. What is most impressive is what the church holds inside. Dozens of religious frescoes depicting the life and death of Jesus. And right here in front of us we have the most famous painting inside the monastery. It's the painting of Pieta, which means crying over the body of Jesus Christ. A 30-minute drive southwest of the church brings us to Canyon Matka. So we arrived here at Canyon Matka, and right now we're about to take a boat ride 30 minutes into the canyon to Vrelo Cave, the deepest underwater cave in Europe. And this is our boat. Follow me, let's go. Canyon Matka is a natural gorge that is popular with climbers, hikers, and nature lovers. Rent a boat to see Vrelo Cave, one of the 10 caves found in Matka. When you're done, you can stick around to have lunch at Canyon Matka restaurant. Skopje isn't your typical European capital. It is currently experiencing an urban revival thanks to the government-funded building projects across the city. If time allows, dedicate a couple of days to explore its past and present wonders.